Chapter 13 The Triumphant Return. The sun shone brightly over the kingdom as Rupa-Sikha and Sringa-Bhuja finally crossed the borders into his father's realm. After all the trials, the land felt like a heaven, a place of safety and belonging. The news of two strangers, radiant and regal, traveling together on a magnificent steed, spread swiftly through the capital. Whispers and speculations ran wild, reaching the king's ears as he sat, still mourning the son he believed lost forever. Hope ignited within him, fragile yes insistent. He rode out himself, eager to glimpse the strangers. As he approached, his heart nearly stopped. There, standing tall and proud, was Sringa-Bhuja, the very son he had grieved for, holding the jeweled arrow that had once spelled his doom. With tears of joy, the king dismounted, rushing forward, his arms wide. Sringa-Bhuja, his own eyes wet with emotion, handed Maru's rein to Rupa-Sikha and leapt to meet his father. The world seemed to fade away as father and son embraced, the past shadows dissolving in the light of their reunion. The king's heart was overwhelmed, his sorrow replaced by happiness. "My son, my dearest son," he whispered, holding Sringa-Bhuja close, unwilling to let go. Soon, the city buzzed with celebration. Drums echoed through the streets, flowers rained from balconies, and voices chanted the prince's name. When Sringa-Bhuja presented his beautiful bride, Rupa-Sikha, she won over every heart with her grace and charm. Her smile held the warmth of 1,000 suns, and her eyes sparkled with wisdom beyond her years. Yet, not all hearts were glad. Hidden behind forced smiles, the king's other wives and sons boiled with jealousy. They had schemed to banish Sringa-Bhuja and imprison his mother, Gunavara. Now, their deceit threatened to unravel. But Sringa-Bhuja had no time for bitterness. His first request was to see his mother, to free her from the dark cell where she had languished for so long. "I will not speak of my journey," he told to his father, "until she stands beside us, her honor restored." The king's face fell with guilt. Shame weighed heavily on him as he realized the cruelty his beloved queen has endured. With Sringa-Bhuja by his side, he hurried to the prison, his heart pounding with regret. When they opened the door, Gunavara looked up, her weary eyes widening with disbelief. Was this a dream? Had her son truly returned? "Mother!" Sringa-Bhuja cried, rushing to her, wrapping her in his arms. Tears flowed freely as she held him close, her fingers trembling as they touched his face. "You have come back to me, my child, my precious child," she sobbed. Standing together once more, they returned to the palace, where Gunavara finally faced her accuser. Yasholekha, the woman who had spun lies to destroy her, was brought before the court. Confronted with the truth, Yasholekha's courage crumbled. Her voice broke as she confessed her deceit, revealing the envy that had driven her wickedness. Justice was swift. The king, his eyes cold with anger, condemned her. But before the sentence could be carried out, Gunavara and Sringa-Bhuja fell to their knees before the throne. "Grant her mercy," they pleaded. "Let forgiveness heal this family's wounds." Moved by their compassion, the king relented. Yasholekha was spared, her freedom a gift she scarcely deserved. But her shame remained, a heavy chain she would carry forever. The king's other sons were also brought to justice for their betrayal. Yet again, Sringa-Bhuja's heart proved noble. He asked for their pardon, refusing to let revenge poison his soul. The king wept at his son's greatness, realizing how wrong he had been to doubt him. In a grand ceremony, Sringa-Bhuja was declared heir to the throne. His brothers watching with forced smiles, their hearts still twisted by envy. But nothing could mar the joy that filled the palace that day. For many years, Sringa-Bhuja ruled with wisdom and kindness, his beloved Rupa-Sikha by his side, her love a guiding light. Together, they faced every challenge, their bond unbreakable. And though the jeweled arrow had once brought peril and pain, Sringa-Bhuja never regretted its role in his destiny, for it had led him to Rupa-Sikha, the woman who completed his soul. The kingdom prospered under their rule, and their story was sung by poets and told by firesides, inspiring generations to come.